This year, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Nick Hanauer, a distinguished alumni of the department and a member of the class of 1981. Nick Hanauer has a long career as a successful entrepreneur, investor, business executive, and has worked with more than 30 companies over the course of his career to date, including businesses ultimately sold both to Boeing and Microsoft. In addition to his business career, Nick has been an exemplar of civic engagement. He founded the League of Education Voters in 2000 to promote public education in Washington State, and the university has certainly been a great recipient of those efforts. In 2015, he founded Civic Ventures, devoted to engagement, dialogue, and action directed towards positive social change. In particular, he has opened up dialogue about rational economic, social, and political policy in our region, in the United States, and globally. His efforts have provoked change with regard to minimum wage law and gun violence prevention. He has almost single-handedly pushed the issue of income inequality onto the stage of national political discourse. His books, The True Patriot and Gardens of Democracy, tackle the thorny realities of modern capitalism in the U.S. with the aim of generating vigorous public conversation about complex issues. And I'll just harken back to something I said earlier, that demanding reasons and critical exchange is a show of respect, and it's something that you see in Nick's work from beginning to end. The Nick and Leslie Hanauer Foundation supports philanthropic work involving public education, environmental issues, and social change. I am so happy that Nick has agreed to come and speak with us today, so I introduce to you Nick Hanauer.
Everybody, this is the second graduation I've attended this week. My son graduated from high school, and I will say that it was touch and go there for a while. So I'm not sure how all of you feel, but definitely we had our worries at certain points in that process. Maybe it was easier for you. I am so pleased to be here today and deeply flattered to have been asked to speak. Sadly, I do not think it was because of my significant contribution to modern philosophical thought, nor because I demonstrated remarkable academic talent when I was at the University of Washington. Truth be told, I was not a model student. I horsed around a lot in college, had a really good time. And honestly, if I had to do it again, I would have paid more attention to my classes, more attention to my readings, more attention to my professors, among whom we're talking more. But if I could do it all over again, what I would not change was my choice of degree in philosophy. I am a successful business person, but I never said in all my years ever, geez, I wish I got a degree in business administration. Despite, honestly, mediocre effort and mediocre intellect, I actually did learn a lot from my philosophy degree, and today I thought I'd outline a little bit about what I thought I got out of it and what I think it may do for you. So, from my perspective, philosophy is, at its essence, the direct analysis of words and ideas and the discipline of learning how to think. And thinking, it turns out, our present political circumstances notwithstanding, is a very, very useful real-world skill. The ability to think precisely, doing serious analysis, complex ideas, and then translating those ideas into methods and action is hard to do well, and very few people are good at it. I do not know if there is a better preparation for these skills than a degree in philosophy. And so what does philosophy do for you in life? It does a lot. First, as you may recall, philosophy is just objectively hard, and it prepares you for other hard things. If you can read and understand Wittgenstein, Kant, Heidegger, and A.J. Ayer, then you can read and understand anything. They still do make you read that stuff, right? Yeah. So honestly, nothing you encounter in in the work world will approach the obtuseness and complexity of books like V.W. Klein's Ontological Relativity and other essays. Something that I attempted to grind my way through. The rest of your life, this is the good news, everything else you are tasked to understand will seem like cat in the hat. Second, philosophers know how to listen and to respect and understand different points of view. Philosophers pay close attention to other people's ideas and are aware of the profound differences between what different people in different time and space think and believe. Which is not to say that philosophers believe that every idea is equal or equally good. Some ideas are pure nonsense. Some ideas are sensible sounding at first, but upon deeper analysis, also nonsense. And some ideas are truly evil and corrosive to the public good. Philosophy teaches you how to sort the wheat from the chaff. Third, philosophers are analytical. As I mentioned before, philosophy teaches us how to parse complex ideas and arguments. It allows us to break a narrative down into its components and analyze the validity and truth of the subclaims. Life can be profoundly confusing, and these analytical tools are among the most powerful that one can have at one's disposal to sort things out. Things are complicated, and figuring out what matters is one of life's most important skills. Fourth, philosophy teaches skepticism. It turns out that just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true. And this is important. This is particularly important to remember when powerful people say something, or when people, quote unquote, have always believed something. We humans are both socialized and evolutionarily designed to accept the narratives, stories, and explanations offered by elites or the dominant culture. Human civilization, in fact, relies on shared narratives. But those narratives are most often designed to simply enforce the status, privileges, and power of these elites. Philosophy teaches you how to see and understand that, and ideally, offer better alternatives. And finally, philosophy gives us power. When we look around the world, our eyes see light reflected off atoms. And it is easy to assume that this is what is most important. But it is not. Almost every crucial aspect of human civilization is not made of atoms or light. It is made of culture. And that culture is made of words and ideas. Our economy, our democracy, our money, our laws, our religions, all of our social norms are all simply ideas that exist in our shared imaginations. Even the physical products that we use every day are simply frozen ideas. And those ideas, in turn, are made out of words. And those words are made by people. And thus, people who have an unusual command of words and ideas are always the people that change our culture and the world. And this ability to change human culture is what we experience as power. And power can be used for good or ill. Changing ideas does indeed change the world. And when I reflect deeply upon what the discipline of philosophy has taught me, it is that. When I reflect on the things that I am most proud of, like my work to change conventional thinking about wages, and to raise the minimum wage to $15, for example, I am struck by the power of words and ideas. You almost certainly think of the $15 minimum wage as a policy. It is not. It is an idea made out of words, made by a small group of people who are really good at that. So you graduates go into the world at a very interesting and challenging moment in American history. The American idea is very much in flux. Our society is changing fast, and I think you will agree it remains to be seen whether this will be for better or worse. You all have been taught a distinct and special set of skills that give you the ability to influence the outcome of that. And I hope you will do your best to make it better. So thank you.